Hello everybody and welcome back to Dragon Age Veilguard, where I am playing for like maybe 2 hours before I have to go to work. Before I have to drive out to Arizona. Because I just have to get like halfway there and then I'll drive the rest of the way tomorrow. But yeah, so desperately trying to play a little bit more before before I have to leave. I just gave myself a couple of abilities, like enchantment things. I was waiting for a second. But first we need to go poke everyone, and then we're going to do Davrin and then Emmerich's, because that's the ones I really want to do before I go. So I can at least give myself a fun treat. Okay, they're all in here.
Let's say we beat the Archdemon, the gods, all of them. Where do you go next?
The easy answer is I move to the next job. Keep looking after Docktown.
And the truth?
I don't know what comes next on a good day. And we're fighting gods.
Yeah. No, it's funny now that we're all kind of like, everyone's like, oh, what are we going to do next? And I'm like, I don't know. I feel like stuff like that sometimes is jinxing it. But it's also like nice too to like, you know, to have something to look past all of the bad, and what you're fighting for is, you know, like these specific things. You know, like a better future or whatever, or just a chance to go on like a picnic or something, I don't know.
You and Spite have reached a new equilibrium, Lucanus.
He's less noisy. We have an agreement and coffee.
And the magic around you has much finer etheric transfusion.
Oh yeah?
Thank you.
It's so good to see you smooth over these little entanglements.
These little entanglements. I mean, maybe Emmerich could have helped a bit more. That's the thing. I think Spite's thing was with Lucanus was criminally underutilized. So, but I've harped on that a lot. Oh, we do have something for apparently Harding and Taash. Are they gonna? Oh my gosh. Are they gonna like be like, oh my gosh, we like each other, and I'm gonna be like. I just planned today, actually, or last night. I was talking to my friend, and I was like, yeah, I at least want to do 3 playthroughs, right? I'm going to do my Canary Grey Warden next, Romancing Emmerich. Then I want to do a Crow, maybe a Mage Crow. I don't play rogues, but like maybe, well, I say that, but like I think my second most popular series on the channel is where I played an Archer. I could play an Archer. I do enjoy art. I'm less of a stabby shiv dart kind of girl, more of an Archer. Maybe I'll play an Archer. But then, and I romance Nev, I think, right? Because partly because I didn't realize it really, but I kind of did. I was like, oh, this makes perfect sense, because I love the dynamic between like Lucanus and Nev. But it's like just that vibe is such a good one. I eat that up. But then I was like, oh, then I'd maybe play Shadow Dragons, because I don't have any interesting Lords of Fortune or Veil Jumpers. Maybe play a Shadow Dragon, and then I was like, and I romance Lucanus, and then I was like, oh my gosh, no. You know, because I was thinking maybe I'd make one that like romanced within the within whatever faction you're in, but like I don't know, I just like the dynamic of the different ones. But it's like, oh, 5 is kind of a lot. 4 is already, I only ever finished 2 runs of Inquisition. I started many. I have probably 1,000 hours in that game, but I never finished, like I only finished 2 of them, you know. But I figured for Lucanus I'd make a super handsome man, like a super handsome man. I don't know, human, elf, I don't know, dwarf, Canary, I don't know, you know, but because I've only seen, and maybe this is because I've just hung out with my sister, but like I've only really seen Lucanus with women, and I was like, you know, I could see like a super handsome man coming in and sweeping Lucanus off his feet, you know what I mean? I think that would be a fun dynamic, and now I'm like itching to go and make like a dude, you know? So to like my romance Lucanus dude.
So what's this about?
I got you a thing.
Oh.
The knickers.
What? I knew cheese was stupid.
No, back in Ferelden we call this cheese the revered mother's
That's
knickers.
right.
Because that's what it's supposed to smell like.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Is that good?
Taash, it's wonderful. I'm really, really touched.
No, I forgot. I swear, didn't we have a conversation with Taash where we were like, yeah, cheese is good as a gift for Hardy or something? That's so right. I like it. I'm just gonna. I don't wanna push this one. This one feels a bit more delicate than the other ones. I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything.
You're really nice. And, you smell
Taash needs
good.
to say it.
Oh, thank you.
Really good.
Please get there faster, Harding.
Oh. I'd really like to show you Ferelden sometime. Sharing Ferelden cheese could be a start.
Okay. Like, now?
So awkward.
I could eat.
Oh, good. Let's go.
Legs. Because of my friendship with both, they are encouraged to start something. I feel like that one, I don't know. It was easier to tease those two, Lucanus and Nev. This one, I was like, it felt a little more. I was like, I don't want to like make anybody awkward. It's already awkward. That was really awkward. I'm honestly not. I know some people like the growl thing. I think it's like. You read about it and you're like, oh my, but like then like you know, but I also it's also like for me like at that point it's like usually that kind of book I'm just like and I just like I don't particularly find it appealing generally. I'm sure there's an exception, but it's not my thing. So when Taash keeps doing that, I'm like, ugh, like I don't like that. That's not my thing. It's not my thing, right? Just don't eat Harding alive, please. We still need her. But oh my gosh, I do wish I'd have gotten more with those two. But there were little hints, and I tried to facilitate it a little bit, so I did like that. Stone is like she's like, please get there fast. Please figure out what she is saying. Like please, or what they're saying. Please, you know. Actually, not before necessarily, but I do want to go to there, but I want to do this one first. I just don't want to confuse myself. We'll definitely take Davrin. And like, I don't know, maybe I should have said something because Taash seems like incapable of saying it sort of, and was being very forward about it in their own way, but like didn't make it very clear. You have nice eyes and you smell good. I mean, sometimes it's just like, oh hey, like I don't know what shampoo or whatever you use, but like you smell really nice, and it's like, oh yeah, thank you, you know. But like the whammy combo of your eyes are pretty and you smell good is definitely where you're like, so do you have a crush on me, or it's just like platonic? I am glad though. This was one of those things I was really hoping for, was that they would let companions like be in relationships, because it was so fun in Inquisition with Dorian and Bull. I really enjoyed it. Like it was just so fun. You're like, oh my gosh, you guys are so cute. It would be interesting if it lets you kind of like pair people up. Oh, I don't know where I'm going. It'd be interesting if they kind of let you pair people up, but that could be... That's like a visual novel, maybe. Visual novel Dragon Age game when? Maybe never cry, but like, you know, that would be... If that was like a full release game, I'd be incandescently angry. Did I just go like the totally wrong way? Here I am with like 2 hours max to play and I'm wasting time. Alright, we made it. What do you have for us? They have an update on the Blight.
Hey, Antoine. Evka.
He's not sleeping.
I can still hear it. Though it is giving me a headache.
Please be careful.
With the container? It's very sturdy. I tested it.
What? When? And how?
Am I interrupting?
No. Our study of the new Blight continues.
We know the gods changed the Blight. We think it changed more than they realized, or altered itself after.
It's answering to something other than gods.
The Titans? Maybe? Trouble here, Emia.
This place is so troubled. Where the Fade touches the wetlands. Must be a mess on that side too.
If there are demons, they can stay on their side of the veil.
So what's the Blight answering to?
Remember the strange call I heard after the Lavendale battle? It was here in
That's
the
right,
wetlands.
that's right, I remember.
We think the source is out a ways, towards the redoubt.
I can tell it's something large, rooted. A construct of the Blight itself. An eruption controlling the rest.
What?
What that could mean. Everything that calls the Blight impacts the Wardens. We withstand it. But gods, archdemons, it all adds strain.
If the eruption calls the Blight, then it could mess with us too. Spark the calling sooner. We'll lose ourselves, along with the wetlands.
Oh, and this was the big issue with the Wardens and Inquisition, is that they were manipulated through the Blight and thought they were dying. The calling is when the Wardens are dying. And so if this Blight is more virulent, things could go faster, and they could get called, or, again, get manipulated through the Blight, which I think it's kind of crazy that the Corypheus, a magister of Tevinter, could manipulate the... Well, he couldn't control the Wardens. That's... Okay. He could not, control their minds through the Blight. He could only control the Blight in their veins, in so much that he, did a fake calling to all of them. Made them all think they were dying simultaneously. And then their actions after that were the result of their own choices, you know? I'm surprised that the gods aren't trying to manipulate the Wardens through the Blight. And maybe this is that. I don't know, but...
Antoine, you hear stuff in the Blight. More than some of the others. Are you...
Yes. A little sensitive. But it's not calling to me. Not yet. Like everyone else, I'll know when that changes.
Yeah. But yeah, no, to lose all the Wardens we have left at this point, right, would be a tremendous blow. And we still need to fight the Blight, like Evka says. So, we can't lose the Wardens. We need them. Especially for this fight with the gods, you know?
Should you have told me all this?
Oh, yeah.
About the calling?
First Warden would have said no.
You're our friend. You chase archdemons and fight the Blight. It seems fair you know what this means.
That's true. I mean, I know it, but it's because I've played so much. Yeah.
So we kill this eruption. It can't die, right?
That's the hope. Remember those samples you found when we first arrived? Based on our studies, Antoine made an alchemical flame. It's impressive. It should destroy the eruption.
Theoretically. At least the last batch was stable. Mostly.
But if the eruption's controlling the Blight and it gets attacked, then the Blight around Lavendale might respond.
Yes, its roots are everywhere, and spreading. I can feel them.
These people can't lose their Blight experts. I can go after the eruption.
While we guard against nasty side effects here.
It's a plan. I didn't miss the part where Antoine said the alchemical flame is mostly stable.
I'll make sure the containers are sealed.
Maybe don't bang them together.
The Blight poisons so much. Water, plants, animals, people. Some would call the wetlands dead already. But they're not. It's not too late. Whatever the eruption means for the waters, we can leave this place better. It's what we're supposed to do.
It is.
We'll take our stand in the sheltered glade. Meet us there when you're done.
They're still trying to be heroes, and they're still trying to fight the source, the Blight itself, not just the archdemons and everything else. And it does make sense that having an archdemon, it does put pressure. I think there is actually in the lore, there's something where it's when an archdemon shows up, the next that current generation of wardens that live through the Archdemon, they get their callings like faster than wardens in other times, you know, because the blight is like more active in their blood. So yeah, this could be really big, really tragic. But Evka's keeping her head better. She's also not being manipulated by a magister like the Grey Warden commander in Orlais was. Alright, now we have info about the griffons, I think, with Davrin.
Lucas Chryson.
I was wondering!
One of our own. He left on his calling months ago, then stumbled back in last
night.
night.
This whole time we were having the conversation with Evka and Antoine, and I was like, seeing this, I'm like, this is just awkward, like this guy in the back. I was like thinking of like editing and like zooming in on him and just being like, poking his head up every now and then, like, and so I was like, what's that? I was gonna say, like, oh no, they're in such disarray that they have to put the cots, like for medical patients all the way back here, apparently, you know? All those things crossed through my head and I didn't say a word, and apparently he's actually for Davrin.
Have you met him before?
In passing, yes, but no more. He spent most of his time in the eastern garrisons, and then left for his calling.
He came back. Yeah, that's weird.
That can't be good.
No, I don't imagine it is. The calling is usually the end for wardens.
Except the Gloom Howler. Warden Chryson, can you talk? What happened?
The dead aren't dead.
Yeah, we know that.
Who isn't?
There's a reason.
The Deep Roads. The elf wants vengeance. She's planning a crusade.
Isaiah. A crusade against who?
Grey Wardens. All of us.
The reason that the calling happens is because the Grey Wardens they're told they're dying, but what it actually is the Blight is corrupting them past a point where they can retain their, like, humanity or whatever, their sentience, and if it goes too long, at least in the books, they will become, if not darkspawn, they'll become ghouls, you know?
Well, that's not ominous.
She's lost her mind. Gathering forces.
She's undead.
Griffons are there. How much time?
Lucas?
Did he just die right there?
Antoine, I need to know where he came out of the Deep Roads. It's time we flush the sewers.
That was a very gritty way to say something like that. It's time to flush the sewer. Okay. That guy just keeled over. As the thing that as the calling the.
This is it, where Warden Chryson came back from his calling.
He should turn into a ghoul.
Easy boy.
He senses darkspawn.
That, and the griffons. This is your time, boy. You're ready for this. Hunt.
I believe in you, son. Oh my gosh, look at the baby.
Don't go getting a big head, boy. I mean it. You watch those tail feathers of yours. The second you feel darkspawn breathing on them, you hide.
You just told him to hunt, and now you're like, hide. But no, I get it. Oh my goodness. Oh, I was like, is this a burial? It might still be a burial. Oh my goodness, there's things. Let's see. It was an excavation. I found the journal page. Where am I? I found this place not long ago. I thought the calling was the end. It's not. Some of these wardens have been here for decades or even longer. Their leader is some sort of freak. They call it the Gloom Howler, but I think there's more going on. Some of these wardens have been here for decades. See, we all think that the wardens... I never thought that sending the wardens down to the Deep Roads to die was a good idea. Apparently, they're like all liches or something down here. Or... Because the Blight, I don't think you die necessarily. Like, the Blight would inhabit you. But somebody was excavating this. I could see you living for a long time if you basically become a darkspawn, right? Like, I don't know if darkspawn die unless it's in, like, they have, like, a natural cause of death, right? They, just usually get killed by somebody or live forever. I don't know, like, nobody studied the darkspawn to that degree, I think, you know?
I don't understand why Gloomhowler would...
Isaiah.
Why would Isaiah bring the rest of the Griffons to the Deep Roads?
She was a Grey Warden. Last anyone heard, she disappeared down here.
After using blood magic on her own Griffons.
And she's still at it. The Archdemon blood she took from the cauldron? That's the end of Hassan's family if we don't stop her.
I mean, technically it's been so long, she's probably already done it. But hopefully we will stop it. Because in video game time.
What's your name, Warden?
What is this place?
Sanctuary.
It reeks of darkspawn and blight.
Embrace it, and it will embrace you. The calling is not the end for Grey Wardens.
Wardens.
You're no warden. You're not allowed.
Gosh dang it, if I was a warden, I get to go in there. Cool. Take Davrin. What? Blighted Wardens, the architect. I think this must be related a bit. This must be related to what the architect was trying to do in the Awakening DLC for Dragon Age Origins, because the architect was trying to modify. Is that? I'd have to go back. It's been so long, and we thought they would not bring any of that back, any of that lore back, because it was pretty out there. A lot of the Origins DLCs were pretty out there because you could be a bit more woo with DLCs back then. But he reminds me very much of this of bits and pieces of what we found in that DLC, where the architect is trying to modify Grey Wardens so that they can, like, he's trying to, like, facilitate a better understanding between Darkspawn and Grey Wardens somehow, so that there can be peace. Like, he has this whole crusade he's trying to go on to, like, bring peace. But of course, it's like, you know, you gotta crack a few eggs along the way. But like, that's his thing, right? But he doesn't want to hurt anyone. But he's experimenting on wardens. I wonder if these wardens were ones that were maybe too afraid to die and were found and, like, you know, went with the easy way out, or if they just got yoinked.
Not allowed to do what?
Join those who hear the song of the old gods.
You're sworn to kill Darkspawn, not befriend them.
She showed us another way.
She? You mean Isaiah?
Names fade. The song endures. But not for you.
Yeah.
And I don't really care.
Oh, and I don't really care. Look at him. Nathan. That's not Nathan, is it? No, Nathan. It's Nathaniel. Not Nathan. Nathaniel from he's from the DLC, the Awakening DLC also. This would not be Nathaniel. I would be so upset. That would be so crazy, though.
Have to be this way.
Oh my gosh, I cannot.
The true believers shall part.
Can't freaking see anything.
You're a warden. Keep your oath.
Oh, it's a little late for that.
Wise helped shall never fall.
Buddy, you're a little old.
Our blades defend the world.
Like, you're a little old on the time, you know?
Feels wrong fighting other wardens.
What has Isaiah done to them?
I don't know, but the Blight's taken hold.
Yeah, they were wardens. No longer. Well, I mean, you guess you can't really take the warden out of the warden. But he's been twisted from his purpose. That's Nathaniel. Oh my gosh. Journal page reborn. Weishaupt shall be destroyed. Weishaupt shall rise again. Long live the gloom howler. Warden Chandrix. Uh-oh. That's the one we saw up at the top. Who was doing the excavation. At first glance, an ode to generic heroism, but there's something particular in the tilt of the head, in the rabbit pattern around the hem. Someone once knew this warden. In the rabbit pattern around the head. Wonder if that's the... for Duncan in Origins? Where's Hassan? Or do I hear other griffins?
Hassan, you okay? Good. You're doing fine.
Where are we anyway? Doesn't look like the Deep Road Dino.
They're building something down here. It's almost like... Nah.
Like what?
A corrupted version of Weishaupt.
A corrupted version of Weishaupt. So this is their version of Weishaupt that's not gonna fall. Because I'm like, buddy, Weishaupt already fell, essentially. Like, it's been taken over, you know? This kind of reminds me of the Awakening DLC. When you go into the Deep Roads in the Awakening DLC, there's like an area where you're figuring out, I think, kind of what happened to Kal Shirak or one of the neighboring Taigs. And it has this look to it. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! There's a bunch of Blighted Wardens. This is crazy. We were I was hoping they'd bring back Awakening DLC stuff, and then this may be as close as we're gonna get. It's a little different, but like maybe Isaiah is an experiment by the architect, technically, you know. Anyway, well, I just wrecked those guys, so that's cool. My shield is like so powerful. It's actually crazy.
Darkspawn by the bridge.
Hassan, let him have it.
Too late. I just 9,999. I saw that number. And when you're in the Deep Roads, I think it's just the regular Deep Roads, and you meet the what is it? The guard of the the guard. Who is it? Like the dwarven militia that's like the has no caste. Hello? See? Are you blighted? Are we not gonna say anything about this? Oh, is this Hassan? I thought this was a different griffin. I hope I edit that out. I thought there was like another griffin flying around. I'm not used to seeing him flying around. Look at him go. Good boy. I was getting so freaked out. I was like, oh no! If they're free to fly around, why aren't they leaving? You know? Oh, okay. Profane city approach. Yeah, it is.
Darkspawn!
And wardens.
Fighting together? What's wrong with you? You conspire with fiends of darkness? Snap out of this, wardens. You say is evil. You're following a monster.
They've been... Yeah. I think there's no helping these ones. Oh, look at me go. This is so eerie. To like, I'm like, wardens are heroes, and now I'm fighting the corrupted ones. See, this is why they want you to die, is because
it's like a caricature of Weishaupt.
You turn into this.
They can't be trying to rebuild it.
Even blighted, they were still Grey Wardens once. Old memories linger.
Yeah.
Echoes of them anyway. Twisted by Isaiah.
They would have to be doing this for so long. And maybe she only came out, like, she's been doing this for a really long time, which is kind of crazy because, like, then, like, this seems close under the surface that we should have been able to see it or notice it. Like, trying to keep this hidden, I think, would be impossible. So, like, the believability of this is stretching, you know what I mean? But we're not that far below the surface. Somebody surely would have seen it. Oh, let me go down there and... There's some places in the deep roads where I would not be surprised if there are like darkspawn cities, you know, that we've never seen and never will. But those are at depths that like we can't, like, you just can't get to anymore. But I wonder, she's been doing this for a long time, it seems, right? But then the Griffons, she probably heard about the Griffons, right? And that's when she started making her move, was like, we need them back. And she's obviously been twisted from her purpose because she didn't like what she did to the Griffons. And now she's trying to do it anyway, and to get revenge on the Wardens for making her do it? Like, I'm like, I don't know, but like that's what it seems like so far. And I'm just like, your logic is twisted. But it's like, it makes sense that her logic would be twisted if she like didn't die and like succumb to the blight, you know? Because wardens that don't die when their calling is active become monsters, essentially. That's what happened in the book, I think, the one that's named the Calling. One of the guys he doesn't want to die and starts listening to the whispers instead of just like whispers. He hears he starts hearing the voice of the old gods, you know? Which is... I mean, at this point, there's only one old god left, you know? Now I'm kind of curious what song they're singing. It's the Blight song, but it's not the Archdemon, it's the Blight singing. Lyrium sings, so it's like Titan stuff. Like, yeah. Things are just... Oh, okay.
First Warden.
Rook, I'm never to be rid of you.
You got eaten! I mean...
What happened? I thought you died.
I'm sorry to disappoint you. Killanane did her worst. Then she found me.
The Gloom Howler? Isaiah?
Nothing will stop me. We'll defend Weishaupt to the death.
Weishaupt? You mean this place?
He's being twisted.
It stood for centuries. None will breach its defenses.
Okay, because you're talking about Weishaupt, the first warden can no longer see reason. See, and I was wondering, because it was like, ooh, you've made, like, an enemy of the first warden, or, like, you've, you know, found an unexpected ally in the first warden. And then he dies, and I was like, well, that was very short-lived. I did not expect him to still be, like, sort of alive down here. Like, holy cow. Yeah, he's...
Isaiah's messing with your mind. None of this is real.
Our victory will be real enough. Send reinforcements to the north wall. Rally on my signal.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
The Griffons will repel these invaders.
Where are they? What did you do with them?
Stop questioning my orders, Warden. 50 lashes for insubordination.
He's just like the others. He's too far gone.
What do we do?
Set him free.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not easy, but...
Even he deserves some mercy.
It's a merciful
These
death.
wardens are long lost. The only way we can help them now is to lay them to rest.
They managed to rebuild the war room. I remember this from Weishaupt.
Oh, yeah.
Isaiah's raised her army. Now the war starts.
Yeah, and she has the Griffons, and she had this guy who was, like, you know, determined to defend Weishaupt no matter what, you know. So she had her commander, she had her first warden, she had the Griffons. Note on the nature of Griffons. The Griffons are not my creation. I was like, the words are signed with the stamp of Valhalla. Said, this is Gillenon? I was like, what? I found them in the deepest, oldest forest that eventually fell under our domain. They are superb specimens, fierce, prideful, lethal. Despite their mixture of beast and bird, they display a singularity of purpose. I do not know if these creatures are a stroke of fortune from the natural world, from a realm beyond our sight, or if their existence implies another creator interested in the workings of sinew and marrow. Regardless, it is vexing that they also possess a sharp antipathy, I know what the word is, but I can't say it, towards what Fen Harel insists on calling the Blight. I found some of my blighted creations torn to shreds by griffin claws, unrecognizable, unsalvageable. The griffins didn't even sample their flesh. Oh, because she would have hoped the Blight would have spread, but the griffins they have some sort of resistance to it. Interesting. Because I was curious at one point, way back, because they're like sort of an amalgamation. I was wondering if Gillenon had made them, like how she'd made the Hala, you know? But apparently she did not. She just found them. I wonder if they were like crafted by the spirits, if they're in the deepest, oldest forest that eventually fell under their domain. So this is interesting. We're kind of like, as we're moving away from like the belief systems, Andrastianism, you know, the stone, which the stone may be still kind of applicable, but like Andrastianism, stone, you know, the Elven Pantheon. We are like, and as the Qun falls apart, kind of, we're maybe finding much older belief systems. Maybe the Avar truly are where it's at, honestly, with like their idea of like spirits like dying and coming back to life and everything, or being reborn. But like there must be some other, and obviously there is some creator, some maker still who like made the spirits, I think. Right, if we're going off of that old the Chantry version of the tale, at least like there's some grain of truth in there potentially, right? That somebody made the spirits. The spirits were like lesser, air quotes, became mortal because they saw humans gallivanting around and was like, you know, well, we want a piece of that. But like, how did they? Maybe they became no. God, I don't remember the timeline of things anymore. I just talked with somebody about it the other day. But yeah, anyway, this is really, really cool. I'm trying to do too many things at once, and I don't have much time. But yeah, maybe somebody else made griffins. As an answer to the Blight, sort of, or the griffins, like, made themselves, sort of, you know, as like like how the Fade kind of makes itself, like creates itself, you know, and can make anything within itself. Maybe the griffins are a result of that somehow. The Gloomhowler. The Gloomhowler was a warden. She'd been down here for centuries. The other wardens follow her. I don't know why, but this place, I can't remember when I got here. I don't know what day it is. I can't remember the last time I ate anything. Warden degenerates. Yeah. So we're watching sort of the degeneration of somebody in their journal pages.
Found a blueprint for Weishaupt. The real one.
Woo!
Must have used it to build this place.
Dude, no, that would be an incredible, like, historical artifact. Like, a historical find, an actual blueprint. I mean, like, at this point, we have limited things. Whatever Issei has stolen from Weishaupt may or may not be the only copies left of things that were destroyed when the actual Weishaupt fell, you know? We could have, like, an interesting treasure trove here of things. I'm finding so many mementos in these places. The Blade of Warden Janos! The broken blade of Grey Warden Janos, shattered by the combined strength of the Blight and a god. The will of the Warden, however, remained intact to the end. Yeah, I would keep that. Maybe the first Warden kept it when we threw it at him. Maybe he kept the broken blade on him, and that's why it's here. With him, sort of. That's sad. Like I said, I don't think he was a bad man, and he definitely deserved a mercy death. He didn't deserve to be whatever he'd become, you know? Oh, that scared me.
I don't believe it. They built Weishaupt's dungeon down here.
What inhuman industry!
Well, they wouldn't need to eat or sleep or anything. But I don't know about this, man. Like, I don't know if they could build something like, where'd they get the quarried stone, you know? Lost Sketchbook Nugs. A sketchbook page, artist unknown, featuring a Nug's anatomy. A note near the top reads, unrelated to current study, but they're cute. Somebody lost their sketchbook in the deep roads.
It's like some feverish nightmare.
Yeah, no,
The
truly.
real dungeon in Weishaupt usually had drunk wardens sleeping it off.
And they would have, like, I don't know, unless they got, like, somebody to be a stonemason, they'd have to, like, carve, like, either steal all this or, like, all the carvings, like, the wall carvings in the statuary, or, like, build it, like, carve it themselves, but I can't really see Blighted Wardens having that, or, like, a Blighted Stonemason having these skills. And they've still got, like, griffons eating darkspawn. It's very cramped. Very unpleasant. Garahel's Point. Yeah, the blighted version. Garahel killed the second archdemon, I think? There's our boy. Yeah, this is very reminiscent of Origins Deep Roads, which has always been the scariest. Nothing can top
I missed you too.
low-res, scary Deep Roads.
Promise I won't disappear like that again.
Oh, don't say that. You're gonna jinx it.
No, I didn't bring any ginger wart truffles.
What a baby. Cool. Finding all these big weapons that I'm not using. This is what Origins would look like if we would ever get a remake of that, which is not gonna happen. They said a long time ago that, what am I supposed to do? Yeah, a long time ago that they no longer have, like, the old code for Origins. And so they'd have to, like, remake it completely from the ground up, and that's just not gonna happen. What is break into Isaiah's lair? Yeah, okay.
Hassan! Your brothers and sisters are waiting!
Oh, she's here!
Gone again!
Yeah, well, the old gods...
ritual. If she finishes, she'll blight the griffins.
The old gods are gone!
We have to get in there.
You know what I mean? Like, the old gods aren't a thing anymore. Kind of. Kind of, sorta. But she doesn't know that. Holy cow.
Don't see the griffons!
They're up at the top, past all this blight.
You can sense
No
them?
time to lose. We have to get this gate open before they'll all die.
Another outbreak of blight boils.
A new order will
Oh,
rise
boy.
from the deep roads. These griffins will be our symbol.
They're already the symbol of the Grey Wardens. I think her wants and desires for, like, vengeance got mixed up. You know?
Wardens, we don't have to fight. Stay is the real enemy.
We defend Weishaupt.
This isn't Weishaupt.
I think they're too far gone, but you know, he's loyal to his brothers and sisters, and they are still that.
The griffons!
Where are the griffins at? Hang on.
Don't
Are they in the cages?
We'll get you out.
Grey Wardens! Destroy those who would destroy our cause!
Hassan? Be careful!
Touch him and you die.
I'm giving him his freedom!
How? By killing him?
By releasing him!
We know who you are. Isaiah,
Ooh.
Grey Warden who lost her way. You blighted the griffins. You doomed them.
The Wardens doomed them by their own decree. I saved them. The eggs, These are the future. With blight in their veins, the griffons will be immortal. The wardens will never harm them again. I will be their shield against the pain.
Okay, Davrin's trying to like talk her down, so I'm gonna go with that because I think what she felt so guilty that like it consumed her, and then the blight consumed her, and it twisted up everything that happened, and she's like put the blame for things off onto the wardens, even though it's the wardens, the first warden and her fault, right? But I think she's pushed that off onto him and thinks that now this is the only way to save them because it was the only way to save everybody, to blight the griffons. You know, I think everything's just gotten twisted, you know?
I'm sorry you were forced to hurt them, but it won't make today any better.
You're a Grey Warden. Act like one. Be the light in the darkness. Die, here and now.
The darkness offers protection. So it must be.
A song, like an arrow.
You say I'd be careful of the dagger she had. She was too far gone.
Who's ready to go home?
We've got them! The babies! I guess she was, yeah, it must have been a big involved thing, not just stabbing him with archdemon blood. Oh my gosh, is that his uncle? That's so cute. His uncle. Maybe we'll let them stay in Arlathan instead of in Hossberg, I guess? Or in the Hossberg wetlands in the Anderfels? That's an interesting choice. I did not. I think this showed me a side of Davrin where he, like, I mean, he's a hunter, you know, and he hated the Gloomhowler, but, like, once he started to see who she was as a person and, like, the tragedy that made her, like, he sympathized with her, and in the end, he still had to kill her. But, like, I honestly, like, in his, like, not, like, being wishy-washy about the first warden, too, it's like, if I was in that situation, I would want somebody to kill me, you know, like, it would be a mercy to kill me, you know, and, like, in games, sometimes we have those situations come up where it's like, oh, I don't want to do that, you know, I don't want to kill somebody who's, like, you know, I don't want to kill somebody, but it's, like, they happen in 2, where there's, like, you know, the husband, oh my gosh, her name starts with an A and I cannot remember it. But, like, you know, like, we have to, like, mercy kill him because he's dying from the Blight and doesn't want to become a monster, you know? And for a warden to succumb to the Blight who didn't want to, like, that would be a terrible death, you know? Like, you go against everything you ever fought for and believed in, you know? So, like, I like that has, like, the strength to do that, but also the emotional, like, depth to, like, try to, like, talk people out of, especially, like, his brothers and sisters, you know, the Blighted Wardens, you know, but, like, to, like, be kind to people, you know? Like, he has the emotional depth to be kind and the strength to be kind, but the strength to do what needs to be done also. And it's just so great. Oh, my goodness.
I don't know what makes me happier. That we pulled this off, or that we did it together.
Most of my life, I've gone it alone. With you, I never want to go back.
Side by side's more fun.
Now I just need to figure out what to do with the Feather Brigade.
What did you have in mind?
There's a pink one!
That's where you come in. I'm too close to this. Too attached.
Oh!
Davrin, they're hungry and staring at me. That one's salivating.
Let's do this. I asked you all here to make a decision.
Yeah.
These griffins need a home, a purpose, a future. Evka, tradition would say they return home with the Grey Wardens, continue their lineage as warriors fighting the darkness.
We're already preparing the area for them. This time, we vow they'll be treated with honor and respect.
But I've also seen another side to them. A protective side. It's only fair to consider a new path. Eldrin?
Arlathan Forest needs a guardian.
Oh.
Sentinels to fight the marauders, the poachers, the rot. I'd be happy to train them.
And now the tough part. I trust all of you. I don't trust myself, my judgment. I'm too close to them. But I do trust Rook. She risked her life for these griffins. Whatever she feels is best, I'll agree to.
This
really
is rough.
You sure?
No doubt.
This is probably the hardest decision to date. What do you mean I have to decide? Oh, and as soon as he was like, I can't decide, and I was like, oh, we have Eldrin and we have Evka. We have the two different decisions here. I was 100%, I would say they belong with the Grey Wardens until we read that note. Well, we read that note, right, from Gillenon that was somehow down there. That the griffins are from the forest. So having them, like, maybe if you hadn't seen that, like, you would be like, become sentinels of nature, I guess. But, like, I think that might be what their old purpose was. Was somehow, like, sentinels of the forest, like protect, like, guardians of the wood, you know, or something. But they do hate, I think they have a natural aversion to Blight. And like the Raw and Arlathan could really use the help. And Sentinels of Nature is just something that I'm like, yes, like I love the sound of that. And like protect against poachers and stuff, like that's 100%. 100%. I would like that. A lot. I guess I'm kind of thinking I would have gone with the Grey Wardens 100%, except for that note. I think they weren't born to fight the Blight necessarily, but they were born to fight rot of some sort, and like the Blight triggered the same instincts and didn't consume them. I might actually have, I was still going to do Grey Wardens because that's what I want, but I think my next character will be a Grey Warden, and she, I think, will be extremely invested in having the Griffins come back with the Wardens. But Evka's right, where the Wardens really would love to have a boost, you know, and like, they would love to have that like morale boost, and maybe just knowing that the Griffins are alive is enough, but like, also, we don't have a viable population, like, as far as I know. Like, there's not a viable population of Griffins. So, like, the resurgence of the Griffins is maybe a bit much. But, like, a part of me is, like, they've been with the Wardens for centuries. They've been associated with the Wardens for centuries. But that's not necessarily what they were made for, you know? Oh, this is so tough. Oh. And maybe a new home in Arlathan, they'll be more free to do as they will, whereas with the Wardens, they'd be a little bit more, you know, regimented, which is not a bad thing. Ugh. I'm truly split 50-50, slightly leaning towards Grey Wardens, but I think I'll save that for my Grey Warden. I think I'll have my next Grey Warden have them stay with the Grey Wardens. Obviously, they could choose to go wherever they wanted, but, like, it would be more... And Edgar's like, we'll treat them with honor and respect this time. Like, they were treated with honor and respect for centuries until one Grey Warden, like, one First Warden decided to, like, ruin everything. You know what I mean? So, like, yeah, you can treat them with honor and respect now, as they did when they were first brought in, but, like... things change, you know? But... this feels like... It's hard, though, too, because I have a Grey Warden lover. So it's like, oh, but I know he's been conflicted about it, and he has this side of him, right, where he's, like, a protector, he doesn't want them to just be stuck, like, the Griffins to be stuck in one path. He's been very conflicted about it, and I honestly kind of think Davrin would rather have them become Sentinels of Nature. To be free to explore a different side of themselves. That's kind of where things seem to have been leading for him. But either way, I think he would be happy either way, obviously. But maybe my rook, when she picks up that note, like catches her eye and sees that, she's like, it starts the cogs going, where she's like, I think they were something before all of this. They were more than just like the vaunted, honored mounts of the Grey Wardens. They were protectors in their own right. I like this.
With so many things in our world changing, I think now is the time for Griffons to try something new. They've served the Wardens well, which is why I know they'll do the same for Arlathan Forest. I've seen a different side to them. The Shepherd. Protecting creatures in our world who are often forgotten. The Griffon's new home should be among the trees.
Well said.
And as an elf, I think that fits for me really well too. Like as a Dalish
The
elf.
forest and everything that lives there thanks you.
Son,
Oh.
I love you, boy. I don't want to lose you. They're your family. I understand if you want to go with
The
them.
pink one's so cute.
It's up to you.
He's just saying goodbye. He'll come back.
Bye, boy.
Yeah.
Come home.
Oh, he's so excited.
How about thanking Rook for all the help?
Oh my gosh, yes, a hug. I'm gonna cry.
Come here.
Oh.
Wait, what's that you say? I can ride you all over Thetis when you're big enough?
Hey,
That's what he said, I swear.
how about we discuss it over some gingerwort tea?
Yeah. He's trying to say goodbye to his siblings. Then he comes back. Oh, that's late. I think? Saying her grief, yep. Also, an army of corrupted Grey Wardens is strong. Is a strong, bold thing to say. When we killed like maybe 15, you know. Davrin chose to place training the Griffons in the capable hands of Veil Jumpers. We gave him to the Veil Jumpers? The Veil Jumpers don't deserve... No, I said Eldrin. I would give them to Eldrin. For training. Not the Veil Jumpers. Asana's a deadly arrow, loosed by an expert hunter, and his keen senses help Davrin attack with precision on the battlefield. Ooh, the Battlemaster, nice. Ooh, wow, a benefactor, token of gratitude from the Dalish and a symbol of their commitment to nurturing the new flock of Griffons. So the okay, not just the Veil Jumper, but the Dalish maybe, and that makes more sense because I think technically Eldrin's not a Veil Jumper. He's from the Dalish clans, right? And the Dalish clans have roamed in Arlathan for a while. Interesting. Oh man, now I'm kind of like though. Ooh, I bet you the little like gray, like the really nice Grey Warden armor, like whatever it would have been really nice on Davrin. We'll see. Maybe I wouldn't like it, and maybe I won't like this one, and I'll just have him keep wearing the hunter's armor that I like, his hunter's warden armor. But wow, that was so interesting to kind of get like a little bit of a callback to Awakening shenanigans, and like, I mean, I'm calling a bluff on being able to build an entire Weishaupt, like not that far from actual Weishaupt, and like not that deep into the deep roads. You know, if you said it was like 1,000 meters below the ground, maybe. But we were not that far from the surface. But no, that was a rough decision. Both are really good. Like, both are so good. But I do feel like, and I think as a Mournwatch person, it's like there's like a legacy thing. You know what I mean? Like you're more perhaps aware of legacy than you are, than other people maybe are. You know. Of like the continuity of things, of history, of people and ideas, life and death, and like whatever is beyond the veil and the fade, whatever, you know what I mean? So I feel like finding that note and recognizing this like perhaps more ancient purpose for the Griffons is like would fit really well with her, but I'm still like I'm still so torn because I associate them so much with the Grey Wardens, but I'm not going to undo that one. Both are good, and I am looking forward to playing my Qunari and having the Griffons be with the Grey Wardens then. I think that makes a lot of sense because you're in it. You're a little too in it also, you know? So you're like, no, yeah, with the Grey Wardens. Let's see. Nope, wrong one. And I got a bunch of other things like upgraded, and I'm like, yeah. Don't care. Let's see. Okay, you know, it's not too bad. This is like the first Warden's armor, is what it kind of looks like the specific kind of Grey Warden armor. But it's the Dalish one? I would not have expected that. It doesn't have enough like leather, I think, in my mind. What does it do? Detonating stagger to enemies deals stagger to all enemies. Stagger from detonating is increased by 10%. And I don't know, having the Dalish have the Griffons is a really interesting shift, you know? Especially, like, I am definitely being like, let's have all this, keeping the archive for the Dalish, and, like, keeping the Griffons, I guess, for the Dalish, sort of. It's for Alephan. Like, but the Dalish, I think, will be the best ones to help train the Griffons for what they're going to do. But I do frequently. I play an elf usually, you know. So and I don't know. The plight of the elves is one that resonates deeply, and so to see them get some of their glory back, you know, or new glory, you know, is something that I really appreciate. Yeah, and maybe the fact that my character. She's Dalish, like not first, but she's Dalish and Moorwatch, so that would maybe tilt her towards the Wildwood aspect, and then I'll have a Qunari Grey Warden, and she'll be tilted towards the Grey Warden aspect. Then my third one will be like, I have no stake in any of this necessarily, you know. Only then will it be. Maybe we'll have to see which one I go with. The Griffon Daddy. That's what he's called. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Oh my goodness gracious. Let's see. I like it. It's growing on me the more I see it, but like also like the detonating staggered enemies deal staggered to all enemies. That feels very like it doesn't happen all the time. Just go back with this. Keep him in his old one. I wondered if I'd like it, but the only one I've liked of Davrin's is this one, and I like it a lot. So it would be this one. The legendary armor would have been hard pressed, but to beat out this armor in my mind. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and call this one here. I can maybe get one more in. These ones, I'm so chatty, but also these ones are longer than just like little cutscenes. So anyway, this is so cute and so fun. And yeah, I really like this one a lot. So thank you all for joining me. I appreciate it. Really quick, I'm going to say thank you to my patrons. I want to say thank you to all my patrons, starting out with my Acorn tier patrons. Thank you so much, Fane, for your support, and thank you so much, Leo, for your support. If I say that wrong, I'm so sorry. I want to give an extra special shout out to my Sapling tier patrons. Thank you so much, Reese Galito, for your support. I very much appreciate it, and I still appreciate the blanket. Thank you. And I really want to say thank you to my other supporter, Sebastian James, my old friend. Thank you so much for your support. I very much appreciate you as well. And I want to give an extra special shout out to my Forest tier patrons who have gone above and beyond in their support of me in the channel and who I truly cannot thank enough. So thank you so much, Christopher, as always, for your support. I treasure it a lot. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Nightshade, for joining the crew up there in the forest. I appreciate you so much, and I hope you're enjoying the videos. So thank you all again for joining me and for being on Patreon and watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.